Hey, I want to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters Luxury, your source for everything luxury. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Courtney Bay on the line, and she is founder and creative director over at Duncan & Robin. Courtney, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So I'm excited to get into what you're doing in your Limitless Moisturizer and quarterly donation days in Chicago. I mean, a whole lot going on, but let's see, just to start out the story, let's just start off with what you're doing over at Duncan & Robin. So tell us a little bit more about creating the company and why you went in this direction.
Yeah, definitely. So I think any millennial has this dream that they want to really leave their mark on both their legacy and their community. So I founded Duncan & Robin in the first half of 2019, and what I really wanted to make out of Duncan & Robin was this socially responsible skincare brand. So with that, we launched our Limitless Moisturizer in July, and basically our business model is for every single products that we sell, we donate another full-size product in the customer's name to a women's-focused organization across the country. So it's Chicago where we're based now, but we've worked in Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles. We're hoping to expand to New York as well. So, yeah, it's really just trying to teach women from all backgrounds, from all, socioeconomic, racial, gender identity backgrounds, that they're worth taking 5 minutes out of their day for some self-care. And even if they don't have the financial resources, we got your back at Duncan & Robin, and we'll get you the tools you need to take care of yourself.
Man, I love that. And let's talk a little bit more about that model of that, that whole one-to-one. I mean, I love the thought process. It makes so much sense, and I love that you're really focused on helping, women and others with their skincare and their niche, and you're doing it with your same products. So, I mean, the more companies I see doing this, to me, it's just amazing. And as I see that progressing and that catching on, it's just interesting to me to see what the total impact can be. So I look at you as, of course, a leader in that space. So tell us a little bit more about why you decided to go that route.
Yeah, so, in college, I was exposed to Tom's, the really famous viral footwear brand. They're really great. They were one of the inspirations and impetuses for starting Duncan & Robin. And then I've always been passionate about skincare. My friends and family would look at me and say, oh, my God, your skin is glowing. How do you get that? How do you achieve that? So I partnered with a lab, U.S.-based lab in Florida, and we kind of developed this Limitless Moisturizer, and I wanted to emulate that one-to-one model because I've been volunteering throughout my career. And like I said, I just really wanted to make the biggest impact. And self-care and mental health, it's really important in today's day and age, but a lot of people look at that as a luxury rather than a necessity. And I just wanted to help give people who didn't have the luxury of time or the luxury of money the opportunity to have those same sort of opportunities that folks like I have, being a really privileged person in today's world.
Let's go further down the path of quarterly donation days in Chicago. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, definitely. So I've partnered with organizations like Dress for Success, which is a great nonprofit based all over the country, all over the world, really, and organizations like Shoebox Project, which is another Canadian-based but expanding to the U.S. organization that focus on women who, are at risk, either trying to better themselves via occupational work, getting new jobs, getting skills, training, resume building, that sort of thing. So every quarter what we do at Duncan & Robin is we take all of our sales and we just go and we work with those organizations. We deliver the products straight to the women themselves, and it's a really, enriching experience to go and hand those things off and say, not only do we care about the community, but also our customer base does as well.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing, and I'm sure they truly appreciate that, number one. But number two, I feel like when you think about things like company culture, and I love that you said Tom's, because I was like, that's the first company I ever knew that I didn't even know this existed until then, and I learned about it just like you said, probably around college time. I remember buying my first pair, and I bought them. I don't know if I even wore them, just to be honest. I mean, I know I bought them because I wanted to buy another one, and or I wanted to give a pair of shoes away. I thought thought it was the coolest thing ever. And obviously they started it. Now it's gotten a lot more advanced in what the models can do and the actual impact. But it started for me as just this thing that was cool, honestly. I just thought it was really good to give back, and I saw what they were doing. I'm like, man, if you can do that with shoes, what else can you do it? And now you see a company like yours with skincare. So what are your plans going forward for the company? So yeah, obviously you're in your first year of business. You're still kind of getting everything situated and looking at growth and what you're going to do next. What's on the horizon for 2020?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. So, we are an entirely self-funded organization. So I put what I earn in my day job into this really every week. So basically what I'm trying to do is, keep chugging along with the sales of Limitless Moisturizer and how that can impact the community. But I'm also looking to branch out into different, products within my skincare line. So I'm looking at face washes, toners, sunscreens even, to really try to, diversify my portfolio and my offering and try to create, I'd like to, by 2021, have a wellness kit, if you will, where my customers can buy, full-size products and donate a kit in and of itself to these organizations that I've partnered with.
Man, I love this. So final two questions. Number one, if somebody wants to learn more about the organization or to purchase product, of course, from the consumer standpoint, how do they do it? Number two, if somebody wants to get involved on the more philanthropic part, so they're just interested in the mission, what you're doing, and they want to figure out how they can support you in any way, how do they follow up?
Yeah, so our website right now is duncanandrobin.com. You can look us up on Google, where we have, pretty high Google SEO rating. So duncanandrobin.com, there you can both shop our products, read our weekly blog posts on women that we're loving in our communities on a weekly basis, learn a little bit more about the company in and of itself. You can also follow us on our social media handles, Duncan and Robin on Twitter and Instagram is where we're most active. And then if they want to get involved, honestly, reaching out to me directly and just highlighting a person or a female who inspires them, in their daily life to be featured on our blog is great. And, you don't even have to buy the product. What we say is just go out and volunteer. Your time can really make an impact on, any kind of person in need. And that is, I think, more important than anything, is that we all get out and do our part to really impact a community at large.
Oh, I love it. Love the mission behind what you're doing, Courtney, and how you're executing. Not an easy thing to do what you're doing, but I love that you're out there doing it. And so that being said, thanks again for coming on the show. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, then definitely give that a subscribe and leave us some comments on the comment section. Love to know what you think of this one-to-one model and giving back and the types of company that, for example, Courtney started. I think it's amazing. And Courtney, thank you again for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Adam.